Okay. Yes, I'm going to talk about twins, and it seems that every year more and more twins are born. And in America, for instance, the twinning rate's almost doubled in the last 30 years. And I wondered, does that mean that we're actually evolving to have twins? Well, firstly, why twins? Why don't we usually have twins? And twins are so rare because twins have historically had a low survival rate. In fact, the Yoruba people in Nigeria, they actually committed infanticide on twins when they were born. And that may well have helped them, their survival chances, because the twins were unlikely to survive anyway. So historically speaking, if you had twins, you're likely to have fewer children that then move on and grow up to have children of their own. Now, medical technology has completely changed that. Survival rates are very high, and basically, twins have got pretty much the same chance of survival as any other child these days. We expect all of them to survive. Now, that changes things quite significantly. Nowadays, if you have twins, then you're more likely to have, then you're more likely to have a larger family. You're more likely to have more children than if you hadn't. So that's a complete reversal of the situation. And now, having twins is genetic. We know that for non-identical twins, if you, it runs down the maternal line. That's pretty widely acknowledged. But also, non-identical twins runs down the paternal line. It's not as strong, but also identical twins runs down the maternal lines. Perhaps we shouldn't be so surprised about that, because our friends, the armadillos, they usually have identical quads. That's their normal litter. So if it's okay for the armadillos, why not for us? So having twins then, nowadays, you're likely to have a larger family than if you hadn't had twins, and because having twins is genetic, they're likely to have more children themselves. So you can see that generation on generation, the twinning genes are likely to spread throughout the whole population. Now, is this going to happen? Is it happening already? Let's go back to the Yoruba people, and they have, about 200 years ago, there was a king there, and he had twins, and he didn't want to kill them, and he didn't kill them. And something fundamental seems to have happened in their society at that point in time. They stopped persecuting twins, and they started revering them. Twins started to get some of the best food. They got food that was reserved for normally the male in the family, and they started to get good medical attention. If because we're improving the medical technology, because of that we're going to evolve towards having twins, we'd expect to see that in the Yoruba people first. Now, what do we see? Well, in the Yoruba population, 10% of them are twins. It's by far and away the highest twinning rate anywhere in the world. So maybe that suggests that we are going to evolve towards having twins. Well, let's go back to the original picture that we had. Now, we know that there's a number of factors that in the developed world that are causing us to increase the number of twins. Older mothers are more likely to have twins than younger mothers, and there's a trend towards having older children when you're older. Also, mothers who've already had children are more likely to have twins, and if you're on fertility treatment, you're more likely to have twins. Now, we need to have a way to get rid of those factors so we can look at the underlying rate to see whether or not we're going to evolve to have twins. And the way we do that is to look at teenage pregnancies. Now, teenage pregnancies is a fixed age range, so there's no problem with age difference. They're unlikely to have had children already, and they are very unlikely to be having fertility treatment. Now, if we look at the figures for that, then there is still an increase. There's still an increase there for looking at teenage births. Now, it's a much lower rate, but there's still an increase. Now, that may be down to evolution. We can't prove that that's the case, but it may be. There's no other explanation either, but anyway, if we are evolving to have twins, then it's not going to stop at twins. We're going to go for carry on to having triplets, quads. So long as all the litter survive, the brood survive, then it'll just carry on increasing. And perhaps that is an ethical dilemma for our descendants. Now, I've got 3 kids, and frankly, struggle sometimes with them, and I'm not sure I'd want 10, 12 children. Okay, that's it. Thanks very much.